Hello, my name is Christian Barker and I'm going to show you an innovative way of putting chub and barbel on the bank, which has been really successful with our team this year. So let me introduce Hook Bait Company Fake Bread Original Flakey, Gloop, a bait dip which is incredibly sticky, smelly. This stuff really does smell. It smells like a tramp's vest. But chub love it. And a really innovative product by a company called Laguna, which is their brilliant split stock. These are brilliant. I've been using these for my chub and carp fishing this year, and I have not been using standard bait stock at all since I've come across these. These are truly amazing. Right, allow me to show you how to get the most out of these brilliant things here, okay? Cheesy thumbs up. The great thing about Original Flakey is not only do they mimic bread, they're actually designed to work in a similar way without being able to be whittled away by smaller fish. They are actually soft enough to be able to side hooks. However, I think they work best with a hair rig. Now, another important thing about these here, this particular flavour here is the cheese and garlic. They've been steamed rather than boiled, and what that process does, it actually locks in flavour. It's actually well known that we can lose 60% of flavours and attraction through the boiling process. So I think that's a big advantage also. They're individually handcrafted, so no two are similar. They're all going to be highly unique, which I think gives it a little bit of an edge. It's certainly a way of presenting something that a fish hasn't seen before. Certainly they're not going to get used to seeing the same presentation as they could do with a boilie. Hair rigging Flakey bread, nothing could be simpler. This is a little bit of preparation that I would do on the night before. All I do is, using some silk or some braid, I hair rig, or I tie a standard hair rig around a hook. The only difference is I don't like to use swivels, and I like to fish straight through from my reel line straight to the hook. So all I've done is trim the braid off with a sharp pair of scissors here, trapped the knotless knot in place with some super glue, and then I have 4 or 5 of these hooks already pre-prepared in a packet, and I can attach my main line straight to the hook like so. Brilliant. Flakey bread, they've already been pre-drilled, so all you have to do, no need for any needles, you can just feed the hair right through the bread like so. Now, traditional hair rigging, you put a loop on there and a bait stop, and it would be trapped in place, and it would be very difficult to actually change that presentation later on. One of the great things about these split stocks by Laguna is they actually take out a lot of the difficulty of tying hair rigs. I don't have to consider how long that hair is going to be. All I have to do is trap one side of my hair on one side. It's a lot easier when you're not being videoed. Like so. Just trap it and reel it around like so. Now, chub being chub, I'd actually have the hair fairly close to the shank of the hook, so I want that bait and that hook close together, so when the chub picks this up, that hook's going to be in its mouth as well. There you go, something about there. Now the hair, it's just trapped by passing through there, trapping it in place. Now that's not going to move. Now I can push that hair, or that stop, into my bait there, like so. Now I have one hair rigged piece of flaky bread with a hook right close to this. Now in this instance, what I've used is the pop-up, and I really like this because I think this presentation here really lends itself to popped up crust, or a presentation likened to popped up crust. So just trapping a swan shot there. You can imagine throwing in a few handfuls of crust, popping up your popped up crust on a link ledger, and that just wafting around in the current, waiting for a hungry chub to come along, which invariably they do. Of course, if you want to speed up the process a little bit, or you want to do something a little bit different, a dip in some of the hook bait company glue, you're certainly going to get those chub homing in on your hook bait. They're going to know that's in the water. That's an incredibly effective presentation. Now, a few things about the Flakey bread, or the original Flakey. It doesn't just come in the cheese and garlic, it comes in a variety of flavours. You can have it in freebie, natural crave, or in fact any of the flavours. They're bespoke, they're made up individually. So when you order these, you can order the garlicky cheesy one, which I prefer for my chubbing, or if you want to use your freebies or your natural crave or your river secret, those flavours can be made up. This is a completely bespoke product. No two pieces of bread flake are going to be alike. One thing's for certain: fish, and particularly barbel and chub, absolutely adore them. Okay, so there we have it. Hook Bait Company Flakey, or original Flakey, Gloop, and the brilliant Laguna split stocks. I think this system works really well together. Okay, thank you for listening, and tight lines.